Hello historians, welcome back to another daily time capsule. The date is August 27th, 2025. It is a Wednesday. We are in Paterson, New Jersey, here on Trenton Avenue. As you can see on your screen, to the left of us is School 25. To the right of us, you have a few establishments. We've got a barber shop, we've got a grocery store, kind of like a little corner store where you can get bread, milk, things like that, and probably even empanadas and other stuff as well. And also we have a Caribbean restaurant, Dominican food restaurant there on the right as well. And of course, I wanted to thank you guys for coming in and checking out these videos. We're documenting history for future generations. That's what we're doing. That's what this channel is all about. I think this channel will have more value in the later years as people can go back 4 years and go to a random day and kind of see what was going on. And then of course, if a decade goes by or 2 decades, people could go back 20 years ago and kind of time travel to August 27th, 2025 and sit here on Trenton Avenue and kind of see what was going on in the New York metropolitan area at that time.
Madison Pettis, our writer. Walter Geis at the editor's desk. I'm Scott Stanford. All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning, 61 degrees. It is 7 o'clock on this Wednesday, August 27th. I'm Susan Richard. Here's what's happening. An Amazon driver is shot in one of 5 separate incidents in the Bronx. 2 of the victims did not make it. Our Glenn Schuck with the story. A mea culpa from Mayor Adams.
All I can say is I'm sorry.
What's he talking about? We'll tell you. Health Secretary RFK Jr. thinks he knows what causes autism.
We're going to be able to address those in September.
Yeah, he made that announcement at a Trump cabinet meeting. Nearly 24 federal workers who had signed an open letter to Congress criticizing Trump cuts to FEMA, they've been put on leave. And why a new survey could make you feel a little bit better about your teen learning to drive. In sports, it was the Yanks over Washington. The Mets beat Philly. AccuWeather, mostly sunny today, 76 degrees. Winds News Time 7:01. Let's head back to the roads and rails, get you where you need to go. Here's Karen Stewart.
Well, it took long enough in Westchester for the southbound New England Thruway to clear in Mamaroneck and New Rochelle, but it has. We're back in business from 18A to 15. Construction that had only the left lane open finally wrapped up for the morning. Also in the northern suburbs, the northbound Hutch at Weaver Street in Mamaroneck, watch for slowdowns. We've got an accident there, and it's blocking one lane. As we check what we see on Long Island's Big 3, the westbound LIE doing well out into the Queens line. Eastbound, though, looks like we have an accident at the Douglaston, and the delays go back to the Clearview Expressway. But Northern State and Southern State, both in very good shape. Inbound Gowanus to the BQE, eastbound very busy from the Prospect up into the area just north of Atlantic Avenue. And if you're traveling the Hudson, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound George is 30 for the upper, 20 for the lower from 8095. The inbound Lincoln is 15, and the Holland is 25 minutes from the Pulaski Skyway. Only 15-minute delays from the Newark Bay extension. Traffic is sponsored by Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals. Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
The Labor Day sales event is happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. It may be the end of summer, but it's the start of you saving big on all new Jeep and Ram trucks. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
What was going on yesterday in the Bronx? Deadly gunfire. That's what.
At least 5 shootings across the Bronx, all happening within an 8-hour span. Seward Avenue, one of them in Soundview, where cops found a 34-year-old man shot in the chest. He was pronounced dead at the hospital a short time later. That was around 1 p.m. About 90 minutes later, a 31-year-old man, an Amazon driver, shot in East Tremont Avenue.
He was getting inside the van, digging through his bags, digging through his totes, and just heard gunshots and just got shot.
That witness speaking to reporters there. Now, earlier in the morning on Tuesday, around 8, there's a 32-year-old guy who was shot in the back. That happened in East 176 in the Tremont section. He died. His name has not yet been released. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM, in the Bronx.
As he asked New Yorkers to give him 4 more years, Mayor Adams apologizes for the corruption scandals that have plagued his administration.
To those New Yorkers that have to pick up their paper and read this headline, all I can say is I'm sorry. And I'm committed to this city. And they will make a determination on who has Eric Adams been throughout his life.
The comment came during a wide-ranging interview with ABC News. Just last week, the mayor's former chief advisor and the city's deputy commissioner of administrative services were hit with bribery charges for allegedly accepting money to use their influence over transportation projects in the boroughs. Both deny the allegations. Separately, a former aide and campaign volunteer, Winnie Greco, she was accused of handing a reporter a potato chip bag that had cash in it. She says it was a mistake. The mayor says he does not know what happened there, that he's got 800 volunteers, and that she is no longer one of them. A New York State Supreme Court judge with a pointed message for Andrew Cuomo. Stop using taxpayer money to resurrect your public image. That's what the judge wrote. This has to do with the former governor's court battle with Brittany Commisso, the former aide who had accused him of sexual assault. He had sought to make public text messages produced under discovery that he claims refutes the allegations. Well, she wanted the civil case dropped. In a decision posted online Monday, Justice Denise Hartman sided with her, saying taxpayers should not be footing Cuomo's legal bill. Health Secretary RFK Jr. making this announcement at yesterday's Trump cabinet meeting.
Finding certain interventions now that are clearly, almost certainly causing autism. And we're going to be able to address those in September.
CDC numbers show 1 in 31 children and 1 in 45 adults have been diagnosed with autism, which is up from 1 in 150 just a few decades ago. But the very first diagnosis was not until 1943. And so experts say the huge spike is simply because of improved methods for flagging the disorder. The Kennedy-fueled renewed skepticism over vaccines becoming evident as we head into the new school year. More than 5% of kindergartners in 17 states claiming a non-medical vaccine exemption. Dr. Scott Leuchten heads the emergency medicine residency at St. Barnabas Health. He tells 1010 Wins vaccination rates have been on a downward trend in New York State, and that is not good news.
I know there's a lot of information out there about whether or not vaccines are safe. They are. And it's important that you talk about your concerns with your primary care doctor or your pediatrician or whoever takes care of you if you do have concerns. And I think they're going to recommend that you get vaccinated.
He says vaccinations can save lives, and he's urging New Yorkers to follow New York State guidelines. As a number of long-respected medical organizations tangle with the CDC over vaccine recommendations, the American College of Cardiology is out with their own. Basically, they say if you've got heart disease, get your shots.
The recommendations encourage flu, COVID-19, RSV vaccinations, and others to protect against severe disease, hospitalization, and death among people with heart disease. Stanford University's Dr. Paul Heidenreich is on the writing committee for the American College of Cardiology.
We feel these are strongly recommended for patients with heart disease for 2 reasons. One, patients with heart disease are more likely to have severe disease if they're infected. 2, in certain cases, heart disease itself is made worse by these infections.
As correspondent Matt Piper, the flu vaccine typically becomes available in September.